Hey guys, Dr. Christy Ennis. When we have a lot of sit in our lives, the glutes tend to shut down. So I'm going to show you today how to actually use your chair so you can do these right in the office to re-engage and activate these glutes. They're great too if you can't get up and down off the floor, but you don't really want to stand. So let's get those glutes in gear. To make any of these exercises a little bit more difficult, you can go ahead and grab a band, but feel free, you don't need to use them at all. So I'm going to start sitting towards the edge of my seat, and I'm actually going to keep a nice flat back. I'm going to bring my chest forward, and then we're pulling those knees apart. So we're going to do about 20, or really you do as many as you can until you start to feel a little bit of fatigue in those side glute muscles. And then you're actually going to lean back. Again, keep a nice flat back as you do this, and then add that pull apart. So we're actually targeting a whole nother section of those side glute muscles, and you even get to use your abs a little bit. They might be a little bit more tired since you did those first set, so it's okay if you don't do quite as many, but same idea, do until those muscles feel like, whew, yep, they definitely just worked. For these next set of exercises, you're going to need to get to the side of your chair. And depending on what we're doing, depends on the side that you're going to shift to. Say that 10 times fast. So for this one, I'm going to work this leg and I'm going to shift my body over towards the right side of the chair. Straightening out this leg, I'm going to take my opposite hand and hang on a little bit. And woohoo! And then it's a lean and a lift. Try to make sure that this leg stays over as far as you can. And you're really going to feel this again in those side glutes, a little here, even a little in that posterior. This is a tough one. So probably a little bit less than the last exercise. But again, until it feels like, woo, tired, but tired in a good way. And of course, make sure you switch to the other side. Okay, shifting to the other side of the chair. I've got actually my butt obviously still on this chair, but the other leg all the way off. Keep a flat back, shift those hips back, and then you're gonna press. So we're doing basically a little donkey kick with that opposite leg. So here again, you can use a band to make it a little bit more challenging. This one's a little bit easier than the second exercise, but definitely still tough, engaging right in those posterior glutes here. And then again, switching sides of the chair and switching legs. Okay, starting out in the same position as that last exercise, but it's going to be this front leg that's doing the work. Now, because this is supposed to be a little bit supportive, definitely feel free to use your hands on the chair. If you have something sturdy you want to hang on to, you can. But we're basically doing a supported lunge here. So I'm still going to shift my hips back to really engage those glutes, and then it's coming on up. So I'm really working. Oh, you should feel those posterior glutes again. Obviously working the leg too, but notice I'm not having to come super far down, and you can use that hand like I said. I'll show you guys the other side so you can see what it looks like that way. So in that same position, right, I've got my hand if I really need to help push myself up a little bit. Otherwise, just for balance and for guidance, and again, shifting back into those hips engages those glutes even a little bit more. For this last one, you are going to get all the way out of your chair. It's a sit to stand. So just like it sounds, you're going to stand up and sit back down. So getting towards the edge of your chair, again, shifting with a flat back. You can use the chair to help you stand up if need be. That's kind of the easiest level. Make it a little harder, resting those hands on your laps, just a little press if you need a little extra guidance. And then clearly the hardest one would be no hands at all. And if you want to make this even harder, you can do this with a staggered stance so that one foot is in front. And obviously you would switch legs. And really hard is single leg. And again, obviously switching legs.